Now that you've got the setup or the installer loaded onto your computer, we're going to go ahead and run the Python setup window or the Python installer. So I chose to download Python locally to my computer before I actually run it. So now I'm going to go ahead and give that little icon a double click. It's going to open up my setup window, and there's just a couple little things that I'm going to encourage you to activate here to make it more accessible as we go through this course, or at least make Python more accessible for us as we go through the course material. So first off, we got the install now, or we have the customize the installation. I'm going to go ahead and run with the install now, but before I do that, I'm just going to confirm two little things. One, down at the bottom, we want to add Python, whatever version you got there, in this case 3.7, to path. Now what this does for us, and I'm going to make sure I activate that, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Go ahead and check that little box to add it to path. This will allow us to gain access to Python through our command window. So if I hop into my start menu right now and I go look for CMD, so my command prompt, I'm going to go ahead and open that up, bring this over onto the screen. So this is my Windows command prompt. Inside of here, you can see that I'm currently inside of the C drive, users, inside of my user directory. Now, if I go search for Python right now, Python, and I'll say I want to know the version of Python, I'll hit my enter key. You can see that it comes back with essentially an error saying, hey, I can't find it. It doesn't recognize what Python is all about. Well, by adding it to the path as we install Python, it will then give us access to running Python commands through the command window. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. So let's make sure that that is active. That's where we're going to experience Python first, is through the command window. So turn that on. The next thing I'm going to do, and this is just to confirm, I'm going to go into customize installation, and let's make sure that everything is turned on, all these optional features. Got all your check marks there. If it looks good, I'm going to go ahead and hit back. And now everything's checked, everything that we want here. I'm going to go ahead and say install now. Now this will take just a few moments depending on the speed of your computer and such, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it. It's going to do its thing. I'm going to stop recording. You go ahead and do the same. Go ahead and install Python, and then we'll start picking up from there and we'll start writing some Python code.